Hey guys, Rocky Joe here. So I actually had this intro all recorded about a week back and it was all ready for you. But when I went to go edit it today, it was just gone. Just disappeared, just nowhere to be found. I know, I can't believe it. So here I am again re-recording it, and if it looks a little bit different from the rest of the video, that's why. Nevertheless, today's topic is about what does a director do? And how are they different from a producer? And why are they always wearing these weird scarves and hats? We'll take a deep dive into everything directing, and then we'll also talk about 3 key responsibilities that I've learned over the years that'll hopefully help you in your journey. If you're new to the channel, my name is Rocky Joe, and I am a video director and a content producer who is all about getting better. And I've written and directed over 90 videos and produced over 500. Done everything from social videos to music videos to commercials branded content. Shot some really big things with some big stars, and even shot 2 feature films over in Asia. Quick disclaimer guys, this is not career advice. Always do your own research and you'll probably learn things that even I'm trying to improve on and I'm still trying to learn. So as long as we're on the same page, on with the show. So what exactly is a director? Well, Wikipedia says, a film director controls a film's artistic and dramatic aspects and visualizes the screenplay or script while guiding the film crew and actors in the fulfillment of that vision. Another way to look at it is a director is responsible for what you see, what you hear, and what you feel on screen. So imagine you're at a campsite and it's late at night. You guys are all sitting around the campfire roasting marshmallows, and then someone says, "Want to hear a scary story?" And the person who tells that scary story as everybody else listens, that's basically the film director. But what's the difference between a director and a producer? Using this analogy, if the director is the person telling the story at the campfire, the person who actually set up the whole camping trip, who got the vehicle, who booked the location, who actually got the marshmallows, that's the producer. The producer was the person who made it possible for the director to be able to tell that story in that environment. Now, in this day and age, in this YouTube age, a lot of you guys actually do it all. You guys are the producer and the director and the editor and probably the cinematographer too. You are the cinematographer, the predatorographer. And of course, all of this depends on the resources that you have. There are really a lot of different types of directors, which we're not gonna get into on this video, but maybe later if you guys are interested. For instance, is there a difference between a video director and a film director? Not so much, but is there a difference between a video director and a creative director versus a assistant director versus a director of production versus a studio director? They're kind of all different, and some of them aren't even in the same industry. For our purposes, when we say video director and film director, we're really talking about storytelling on video or storytelling on film. If you guys do shoot film, film is awesome, by the way. If you guys ever get a chance to shoot film, I do recommend it. It's really, really cool, really organic, and actually a little bit scary. For those who have shot film, you probably know what I'm talking about. I think in the world of Hollywood, the connotation from a film director is held in a higher esteem because it implies they shot movies, they've shot on film. But for me, I shoot all types of things and I've done a lot of things. And so being called a video director versus a film director doesn't affect me too much. I'm happy as long as people call me the director, I guess. That's what really matters in the end. All right, so what are the 3 key duties of a director? Now, take this with a grain of salt because really your duties and your priorities are gonna change depending on how big your team is or even what type of production it is. But in general, and in no particular order, number 1, communicate. I know that sounds really obvious, but a director's duty is to direct everybody, or another way to look at it is a director's duty is to give direction to everybody, right? Imagine you're in a production, you've got 20 departments or 3 people. It doesn't matter if you have 3 people or 20 departments. Somebody somewhere is gonna come to you and ask you for direction. In other words, they're gonna ask you to make a choice. They'll say, hey, do you want the shoelaces to be red or blue? Or do you want the wall to be white or black? Or even actors and actresses, as you're discussing the role with them and even the scene with them, and you're trying to get them from point A to point B, you're trying to give everybody direction. And by the way, guys, a small tip for me, when I don't know the answer to something, I'll tell them I don't know, but I'll ask them for their thoughts and I'll ask them for their feedback. And oftentimes, if you surround yourself with great people, they'll have a lot of ideas and a lot of great thoughts to be able to share with you, and hence the collaborative process, right? So it's okay, guys, to not know everything, but you don't want to not know anything. So number 2, you need to make decisions in real time, where you guys know that you're always racing against something. It's time, or it's money, or it's sunlight, or it's whatever, right? One of the key things that a director needs to constantly be doing is to be focused on the shot and to be able to answer and make adjustments in an encouraging way as the scene is being filmed. And that's not easy to do unless you practice it, because you need to very distinctly know what you want in order to achieve it. Now, some filmmakers, they have infinite amounts of time and money. So what they can do is they can take their time to be able to discover and work with the crew and work with the talent. Oftentimes though, especially when you're in the commercial world or music video world, or sometimes even branded content world, you just don't have time. You need to be laser focused and extremely sharp on making adjustments as quickly as possible to be able to save time and hopefully be able to save money. And finally, number 3, closely related, is the triangle. I believe the official name of this triangle is the project management triangle. You guys all know this triangle. It is time, money, and quality, and you get to choose 2 out of the 3. One of the most difficult things is oftentimes trying to figure out which 2 make the most sense, especially when it's in real time, right? Sometimes you want that extra shot and you just don't have the time, or you want that extra shot and you just don't have the money. As a film director, you always need to be keen on the situation, and you need to make a decision really quickly, and you need to be able to understand that, hey, you're gonna get 2 out of the 3, and whatever 2 you choose, you need to be okay with the 3rd one. Do a lot of pre-production if you can afford to. Work with your departments so that you guys can talk amongst each other and be able to figure out what's the best way to attack a shot. And that way, when you're on set, you can minimize how much time you need to spend on that shot. So hopefully you can work on getting the quality you want at the money that you have. And finally, the big question you guys all want to know: why do directors constantly wear scarves and hats? Well, for one, I don't. I actually don't dress like that. I don't even dress like this when I'm on set. It's not practical. I really try to dress comfortable and warm or cool, depending on the situation that we're filming in. And then always with a really light down jacket that's durable in a lot of different types of weathers. And the reason why I do this is that way, if it suddenly gets cold, I'll be okay. But if it's too hot, I'll still be cool enough to be able to work in it. So for me, I don't really wear a scarf or a hat. However, I can understand why you would, because if you're in a place that's really cold, oftentimes the director has to talk. So wearing a scarf can protect your throat. And then sometimes you wear a hat, could be out of style, but also to protect yourself from the sun. I've seen and known directors to dress outlandishly because that's just the style that they enjoy, and that's really their art. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. There are other people who dress and wear things because they need to protect this or protect that. Other people do it because that's the image that they're associated with, so that's kind of become who they are as a film director. All right, guys, so that pretty much wraps up this video. If there's other things you want to know, for instance, what a producer does or what whoever does, or if there's other aspects of filmmaking that you're interested in, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next one. Let me close the door and then open it when I say action. Ready? 3, 2, 1, action.